Okay, we're getting real fancy now with some, I think these could be called arpeggiated triads, maybe. Don't put any money on that. I'm actually not sure, but we're gonna do exercise 2.13, where we have basically we're playing broken chords. So A, C sharp, E would be an A major chord. So we're going A, C, E, and then we're gonna also do A, D, F, which is another broken chord, and then we're going to do G, B, D, which is a different broken chord. Of course, we can't play chords because we can't play more than one note on the chanter, but by breaking them up, it sounds pretty sometimes, and that's what this exercise is built around. This is Crossover City, so this is an exercise intended to help us get rid of crossovers. So listen really closely to your own playing, and if you hear a crossover, go back and work on that note transition a few times. So for example, right here from the very beginning, we have A, C, E. So if I'm playing along and I go, that's no good. So I go back and I go, all right, from A to C, let's get that clean. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna go from C to E, I'm gonna clean it up, just kind of play it over and over again, slow it down, listen closely to your playing, and try to keep those fingers nice and clean so that those that are coming down make contact right as those that are coming up come up off the chanter. And you'll master it pretty quickly, but it's going to take some work. And it's better to work now to get it right than have to go back and correct stuff later. Now, to be clear, as is evidenced in these videos, I still make crossover sounds. And I think most pipers do, and it's something you have to be constantly on the lookout for, but they become less and less frequent as you work on it. So this exercise, here together in the video, we're going to take it basically 4 notes at a time. At least that's how we're going to start here. So we're going to go A, C, E, high A. Okay, we're going to try to go that far. And then we're going to take a break. And we're going to kind of reset on high A and go back down. Okay, so A, C, E, high A. We're going to do it nice and slow. Starting on low A. Here we go. Okay, let's do that same thing again, starting on low A. Okay, and if you need to pause the video and go through that a few times, practice on some smaller transitions just from A to C, or just from C to E, or just from E to high A, go ahead and do that. And we're going to do those first 4 notes one more time all together, and turn this way. Here we go from low A. Okay, so now we're going to pick up on that high A, and we'll go back down. High A, E, C, low A. Okay, you see how that starts from the second measure and takes us to the first note of the third measure. So here we go from high A. Okay, let's do that one more time. From high A. Okay, so now we're going to put all that together. So from the very beginning of the line to the first note of the third measure. A, C, E, A, and without doubling up that A, we're already on A, E, C, low A. Okay, here we go. Good. We're going to try to do it again a little bit faster. So if it's not coming out clean yet, just pause the video and go through a few more times. Here we go. Good. So now Picking up from that low A where we just left off, we're going to go A to D to F to high A. Okay, just that far. So from the first note of the third measure to the first note of the fourth measure. Low A, D, F, high A. Watch that transition from D to F. A lot of fingers moving there. So make sure you land in the right places, land right on the holes, no crossover sounds. Here we go. Now's the time to pause and check. Make sure you got all the fingers in the right places. Okay, those 4 notes again. Do that one more time. Okay, and just like before, we're going to pick up from that high A and continue down through the fourth measure. So from A down to F, down to D, and we're not going to land on low A, we're going to land on low G. That's the first note in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th measure. Okay, so starting with the fourth measure, A to F to D to low G. Okay, here we go. Let's do that again. Okay, so now we're going to take everything from the third measure through the fourth measure to the first note of the fifth measure. Okay, so starting with the third measure, low A, D, F, high A, F, D, low G. Okay, nice and slow. Here we go. Okay, one more time together. Okay, so now let's go back to the very beginning of the song, or the exercise rather. We're going to play it right up to that 1, 2, 3, 4, first note of the fifth measure, okay? Here we go, right from the very beginning. We'll do it nice and slow though. Okay, go over the exercise maybe a couple times, just to that point. And now we're going to pick up from that low G. Okay, in that fifth measure. Low G goes to B, then to D, and then to high G. And that D to high G is a difficult transition right now, especially for me where I'm holding my chanter up in the air. That's a difficult little moment where these 3 fingers come down, the pinky comes up, and these 3 fingers come up all at the same time. If I don't snap just right, then I end up like this with just my thumb on the chanter, and if I'm not biting my chanter to hold it up in the air, it's not going to work. So that's, once again, it's a really good idea to have the bottom of your chanter resting on a tabletop or on a knee so that you're playing on your chanter and not using energy to squeeze your chanter to hold it up in the air, because that'll impede your finger movement. So. Oh, sorry, that's probably not pleasant to see fingers popping on the screen. Hopefully you weren't wearing headphones and got an ear full of joint pops. Sorry about that. All right, here we go for measure 5 from the low G. Here we go. just up to the high G. Let's do it again together. Low G to high G. Okay, so now picking up from that high G in the sixth measure. Sixth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Sixth measure, high G to D to B, and then we go to E at the beginning of the seventh measure. Okay? That's what we're going to do here. We're going to go G, D, B, E. Okay? Here we go. Let's do that again. One more time. Okay, so I'm going to pick up from the beginning of the fifth measure. We're going to go low G, B, D, G, D, B, E. Okay, so from the first note of the fifth measure to the first note of the seventh measure. Here we go, nice and slow. Let's do that again. One more time. And now to bring it home, we're going to pick up on that E right at the beginning of the seventh measure. E, C, B, A. There we go. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to do the first three measures plus the first note of the fourth. So we'll end on a high A, and then we're going to take a breath, okay? Do that again. So, from the very beginning, first measure, second measure, third measure, first note of the fourth. Here we go. Let's do that one more time. Okay, so now we're going to pick up from that high A at the beginning of the fourth measure. And we're going to play right through to the end of the song, or the exercise rather. So here we go from the high A in the fourth measure. Do that again from the high A of the fourth measure right through to the end. Oh, sorry, that's gross. Gotta dry your chanter out every once in a while. I keep a small like golf towel with me when I'm practicing, so I don't make a big mess. So I got that on a table over here. Not a bad idea to grab a hand towel or something when you're practicing, especially when you practice for more than 10 minutes or so. All right, so from the high A in the fourth measure, right to the end of the song, or the exercise. Here we go. Okay, so now we're going to do the whole exercise from the beginning to the end. Don't worry about it if you have to take breaths throughout. Remember, just keep your fingers moving. Just keep your fingers moving right along with me. And breathe naturally. That's no big deal. Part of bagpipes is learning to separate your breathing from the rhythm of your playing with other woodwind instruments where your breath makes the noise directly, like on your practice chanter, to be fair. You learn rhythmic breathing. With bagpipes, you kind of learn to separate your breathing from the rhythm of how you're playing because you're just filling a bag up. So breathe freely and just keep your fingers moving. That's kind of practice now for when you'll get on your pipes, that your fingers move independently of when you're breathing in and out. Anyway, here we go from the beginning to the end of exercise 2.13. We'll go real slow this first time, then we'll go kind of a medium speed and then fast speed. So let's see, we'll go 1, A, B, E, A. That kind of pace. 1, 2, ready, and. Sorry, I messed it up. I was trying to do circular breathing so I wouldn't have to stop at all. Oh, sorry. Let's start that again. 1, 2, ready, and. Cool. Now we're going to do it at kind of a medium pace. Let's see, before we went A, C, E. So this time we'll go A, C, E, A, E, C. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, and go over it more and more and more at your own pace, and now we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it pretty fast now. We'll go A C E A E C A D F A F D. Okay, pretty fast here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Well, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ready, and. Okay, so go over that exercise a bunch, along with the others you've already started doing, and then we'll move on to the next video.